Hello, everyone, and welcome to our very first live discussion of the Hazbin Hotel fanfiction I've been working on for the longest time and has quickly become pretty popular. Well, as you already know from the title, we will be talking about Like a Dark Paradise, which is a Hazbin Hotel series that has been getting a lot of attention since March, and a lot of people are kind of curious about it. And well, this will be just a live discussion, so it's on my other server, which is in the description box below. So if you're curious about the story in general, or you're just wanting to get in on it and read it for yourself, go ahead and click on the link. There's also a link to the story, as well as the Wattpad version in the server. So if you haven't already, go ahead and become a member. And yeah. So right now I'm trying to get things settled in stuff. So once I get everyone online, I'll get started with the discussion. Alright, sorry, if the video is starting to buffer, I apologize. Just refresh it. I'm not sorry right now, because I still need to, like, get some stuff situated before I actually get to work. I guess we can start right now because waiting for everyone else. And it's kind of like that way I can share my other one. Alright, I guess we can get started now.
Alright.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
My
I was
phone.
waiting for
No.
everyone to get in because right now like it's just you and I.
I'm here.
I was here for about like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I left. My phone was acting so retarded and wouldn't let me back in the call. And I have no idea why.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway,
Excuse me.
can you like share the link to well retweet it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can retweet it.
Let me see. I don't have that many followers. I only have 1 or 2.
Oh.
Literally.
Oh.
Okay, found it. Done. Yeah, I literally have 2 followers.
Wow.
I'm sad,
Oh.
but it's okay.
But yeah, this is gonna be our very first official live discussion.
Hmm.
I wanted to wait until Renee stopped streaming so I can actually like do it because I don't want it to like interfere with what she's doing.
Yeah.
If it's just the three of us, then we can get started.
Sure.
Hmm.
All right. So I think as I said before, Like a Dark Paradise is a Hazbin Hotel fan fiction where the main character is sent to hell for some unknown reason, and they are pretty much scared out of their wits, and they run into two particular demons. One, which is Angel Dust, who is a renowned porn star and a prostitute. The other being the infamous Alistair, who is also known as the Radio Demon and is considered the most powerful being in hell.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the main character has no idea who to actually trust. So it's kind of like a balance between like like kind of like playing the roles between like being able to being able to trust demons or trusting them as well as certain methods of which way is better, escapism or realism.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So not a but not a lot of people understand this because people has not, well, since I just kind of made the cover art for it. Um, the cover art itself is a represents a lot of things. Like it can be
Hmm.
interpreted in several ways, and it also drops some like hints to the story.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's on the stream right now, but that's just like part of the picture. But if I can like pull up the like
Hmm.
where is it? It's in the fan art central, but if you would look at it
Hmm.
and just kind of like gauge at the art the cover art, what do you think is going on just from a first glance?
Oh. Mm.
Hold on, I can send it if you guys are
I
trying to
see
find it.
it. I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. Hold on, I'm getting a lot of messages.
Hmm.
Can you send it? No.
I'm sorry. I'm really tired.
It's fine.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'll just paste it right now. So that way you guys can like see it. You don't have to like switch hop through channels just to find it.
Mm.
But yeah, that is what the cover art looks like. And
Mm.
if I remember correctly, Renee saw this cover art while she was working on one of the commissions, and she said that it was extreme. It looked extremely dark.
Mm.
And if judging by the story, it is really. Well, as more as
Yeah.
more as you get into it, yes. But all in all, pretty good.
Yeah, so just kind of starting this off, just by looking at the cover art, what is your interpretation of what's going on?
Um, from what I can see with it, it just looks like the main characters in this situation where they're clearly uncomfortable and clearly feeling unsafe from what I can tell from it.
Yeah, and what do you think Alistair is trying to do to the main character?
Uh, um, from what I can see, I mean, I'm caught up and I know what's kind of so far, but like from just the cover, it looks like he's using her and torturing her in a sense and making her do things. From what
And
I can pick up.
yeah,
Sorry.
and notice that the main character also has her arms behind Alistair's neck. What do you think she's trying to do?
Mm.
I actually didn't see that before. Hold on.
You didn't see that.
I didn't see that before. I only saw. I thought. Yes, I thought she was a back of his neck, like around. Holy crap!
Mm.
I think she's like trying to like push, like choke him or something, but she knows it won't work.
Mm.
No, she's not. That's not what she's trying to do. Like you know how a woman has want to have their hand behind someone's neck.
Mm.
Mm.
It's kind of more like a seductive manner. She's trying to like she knows that Alistair is dangerous, but she's kind of like she's doing something like she's becoming attached to him.
Oh.
Oh,
And the hands.
of Angel.
Yep.
Mm.
What do you think his hands are trying to do? Like what are they symbolizing?
Sexual pleasures or something, like something seductive. That's what at least I'm thinking, like something sexual.
Mm.
Yeah. But the fourth hand, the one that's right next to the main character's head.
Oh shit. Well,
Um.
wait, didn't this for some reason this like reminds me of chapter 5 when he put the knife near her neck. That actually kind of reminds
Mm.
me of that one moment.
What do you think
Yeah.
what do you think that particular hand gesture means?
Oh my. Is it a gun gesture?
Yep.
It is. Oh my.
Fuck's sake.
I don't. He wouldn't try to kill her, would he?
Well, no. It's him like not trying to kill her, but look where he's pointing. Like look how one of the hands is pointing to her head.
Oh.
And you compare that to like Act 1 with Angel and the main character.
Oh my god.
Yeah, not a lot of people would make that connection right away.
Yeah, I didn't.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. Oh, okay. I'm just like thinking, oh, I kind of get it. Wow.
Is it like he's trying to get inside her head? Like, I don't understand.
No, what I'm thinking, to be honest, is you know how like people like in movies, some people like try to take hostages and like put the gun, they're behind the person and putting the gun to the head
Mm.
and like that, and that's what I'm thinking. That's Angel, what he's doing.
Mm.
That's what he's doing, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, like with Ash, what she said about like Angel trying to get into the main character's head, she's not that far off.
Mm.
She's not that far off.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, so probably if you would recommend this story to someone that has been the Hazbin Hotel fandom and is like probably wanting a story that is like that's dark and makes you and just like wants to like that grabs your attention, um how would you summarize the story and would you recommend it to someone?
um.
okay.
Um. Uh. No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of the best way of my answer. I'm just really tired and I'm trying.
It's alright. Been busy. Summarize it and have to describe to.
Hmm. Um. Um. I would say to summarize the story in general, it's about like how like who the main character can trust and how she's dealing with the dilemma of back and forth between the two and just and they both have their moments where both are not really their best and don't really um have the best actions, but it's just a conflict of her trying to figure out who do I trust, and like what will I do? And I would recommend it to people who are interested in the top and very dark stories and such, or with or with subjects that happen in the story. Like if people can handle it and are interested in reading it, then I would recommend it totally.
Clara.
Well, to put this on shortly, it's basically about a character who has been on her own, dealing her ways, and in hell, it's not an easy place to keep your things safe and everything. Then she's mean by these two, of course, demons that she trusts, but once she meets a powerful demon, of course, a porn star, who said that they'll keep her safe. One of them using them for sexual pleasures, one of them using her as a servant. and her trying to keep all of that a secret to herself, and her just trying to, be happy. So yes, I would actually try. Actually, to be honest, I would actually like anyone to recommend this for people who like these type of dark topics of romance. Of course, maturity and lots of kind of drama in this type of situation.
All right, so now that we got that out of the way, um, I'm just gonna put some input on this. Like a Dark Paradise is, I'm going to warn you, it's not for everybody because
Mm.
and the stream crashed.
Oh no.
Oh
I
my
just didn't. Oh no.
god! There we go.
Well, that was a very short stream.
That was very short.
Yep.
God damn it. Okay, there we
Damn.
go.
Oh,
Okay, just
oh
refresh it if it happens.
yeah,
Okay.
I refreshed. It's good.
All right.
Okay.
Are we good?
Okay, so anyway, Like a Dark Paradise is not for everyone because of the content and the sensitive topics that goes along
Mm.
with the story. Now, if you're not the type to read like really dark stuff, or you can't handle like certain amount of like things that are going to happen in the story, I would not recommend it to people that are faint-hearted.
Mm.
Hmm.
But I would recommend it to the people who want something different, something that is kind of like out of the ordinary. So for but I will have to cover one thing that a lot of people are going to have a lot of conflict with. There are like there are also like certain mentions of rape in the story as well, and
Mm.
non-consensual events. So if you can't handle that, do not read it. But anyway, let's get to the fun part of the discussion, the chapters.
Mm.
So when you first read chapter 1, what was the first thing that you thought of?
Ah, when I first read chapter one, it was a very interesting start to the story, and I was like, oh, this is different, and this is something I didn't expect to start off with, but it's a good start to and made me kind of want to read more. Like, what else is happening? You know?
What about you, Clara?
When I first read chapter one, I was kind of like, buzzing off. I'm like, okay, this is probably like one of the other kind of stories I read. But then it got really interesting when she met, um, of course, one of the one of the demons here. Of course, it was Wait,
Mm.
I got a topic. Hold on. I was thinking about something else. Sorry. It was kind of interesting when she was just all alone and everything. How she was like surviving, trying to pay her bills and everything until like demons tried to like um quote unquote try to take her money and everything, and
Mm.
just trying to like, steal and of course do those type of things to her. That kind of got me really interested of what's gonna happen next. Like, oh my god, is she gonna be okay? What's gonna happen? Will she like make it to where she can live happily? That's basically what I kind of like thought throughout the chapter.
And towards the end of the chapter, with the scene where she had the black angel wings,
Mm.
what do you um what is your thoughts on that?
Very, very.
Mm.
Because of hold on a second.
Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
Same here. Hold on, I gotta make a call.
All right, sorry about that.
It's alright. I had to make a call, and apparently she didn't answer, so I'm basically thinking she's busy.
All right, so let's see. So the first part, so near the end of chapter 1, with the where the main character was looking at her the angel wings. Um, what are your thoughts on that particular scene?
Kind of got me confused, mostly. Not just because of the angel wings and everything, but um how she wanted to leave badly, even though she got herself into hell when everyone knows you can't get out of a certain place. Heaven or hell, you have to stay there, no matter what, I think. And then when she said, I'll finally be an angel, that kind of got me in a hint that, oh, probably angel dust will be there or something. I don't know. But that kind of got me confused on how she was just describing it and how she wanted to be here. She wanted to be in heaven more than just hell, being all the stress and panic and everything.
Yeah, I think that even though I wrote it, that particular scene that oh my god, my dad is yelling in the background. But that particular scene, um, you can tell just by you're not probably not, but you can tell that that's when you can tell that her mental state was starting to deteriorate
Hmm.
because it did say that she was you could tell that the main character was starting to become suicidal
Yeah.
and that she didn't want to be in hell, so she was kind of getting to a point where she's constantly thinking about suicide.
Hmm.
Hi guys, I'm back. I'm so sorry, but I have to leave because I have to run errands, and then me and family are going out and I can't really miss on that, so I have to leave.
It's alright.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry guys. I wish I could stay longer.
Eh,
Uh,
that's all right.
I know. I'll talk to you guys later eventually, hopefully. Alright.
Yeah.
Bye!
Bye.
I Oh shoot.
Lost another one.
uh, I could have just posted I was gonna be on a live stream, um, doing a live discussion on Wattpad, but I didn't feel like putting it on there.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna wait until the next one.
Yeah.
But at least that means I can work on just talk about Act One in general.
It's fine.
Let's see. So what I did like about how I Act One, Act One pretty much only focused on the relationship between Angel and the main character.
Hmm.
So did you spot anything throughout the entire chapter? I mean throughout the entire act of that story?
Spot one in particular, hints about what and one exactly.
Well, the fact that during chapter 2, where she was about to get raped, and then Alistair came in and saved her, like,
Mhm.
and then she ends up like running away from Alistair to get away from him, but she inadvertently ends up meeting Angel.
Mhm.
So did you think that did you think something would happen if um she haven't met Angel?
Particularly if she hadn't run away from Alistair, just saying if she hadn't, then the story would have been a whole lot different. No, don't get me wrong, it wouldn't. It would go to a lot different. But saying this, if she didn't run away, she would actually just met Alistair and him probably like helping the main character, but but in reality she would not she would never met Angel, and we wouldn't like have all of this going on, her going back and forth. But if she did met Angel, then here we have this story going on. Nonetheless, um, if of course if we did meet Alistair, then he would have had different plans for her. That's what I'm particularly saying.
Ah, well, let's see. So, hey, have you noticed like behavioral changes with Angel since that time during Act 1?
Yeah, pretty much. Him being oh, holy crap! Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Um, him like, well, particular changes is that he would that everyone knew that. Oh, you got. Everyone knew that of course, he's a porn star and everything, and that um that he would keep his reputation in line. But once he got MC, he started acting a little different, of course, and him acting a little unselfish himself, than him being too obsessed about her.
Hmm. All right. So, like in regards to like how Angel was kind of like kind of trying to take care of the main character.
Himself.
Do you think that like how like his method of like helping the main character is not the best way of doing it?
Secondly, I don't think so, because in honesty, he's just making suggestions for her and not her herself, the main character herself. Well, that's well basically that what we discussed back then, but of course, not my words. Um, but in all honesty, with her living in this type of situation, even if it does make her happy, nonetheless, it's not healthy for her to do that sort of stuff and just be okay with it.
Yeah, because like we have discussed well we have covered with the story analysis. Um, Angel doesn't is not he may or may not be aware of the fact that the suggestions that he's like giving her is not really helping her mental state, rather than just kind of making it worse over time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really know for sure. He may be doing it on purpose, maybe he's doing it unintentionally. And of
Yeah.
course, with Alistair, especially when he has been like stalking her for the past 2 years before he decides to like interfere,
Hmm.
it kind of makes you wonder how much Alistair really knows about the main character.
Personally.
And the thing that still got me was like how Alistair would threaten the main character about killing anyone she tells their situation to.
Hmm.
I I'm not really sure, but I what I think he's trying to do is that he's kind of trying to manipulate her process of thinking.
Hmm.
Like he's purposely scaring her into and like giving him her answer.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's my story, and I did write it. But at the same time, there's certain things that even I don't know. Especially the one bit where that was just me just writing it, but I like he said that he wants the main character's attention and the main character's attention only. However, he also made a suggestion that he wanted her to become his servant.
Hmm.
But as I went back over it, I realized that by her becoming his servant, she's required to give him attention.
Hmm.
So that's the one thing I didn't realize until now. But
Yeah.
going back to it, did you came have you came to that conclusion while you were reading that section as well?
Not particularly because I didn't think about it sooner.
Like how he stays like how Alistair stated that he just wanted the main character's attention, but also offered to like protect the main character in exchange for her becoming his servant.
Yeah.
It never crossed your mind at all.
Never crossed my mind.
Yeah, I have a feeling that that's also going to catch a lot of people off guard.
But whenever you mention it, then it makes sense.
Yeah, and I need to go back to the analysis again because there's a lot of things that a lot of people will miss when reading it. At least in Ash's case, she there's a lot of things that she missed or overlooked on the first time she read it, which is why I also recommend well well yeah, I also recommend to like reread it again at least twice to understand like what's going on. Like there may be some things that you missed the first time around, but when you look through it a second time and that's and then like you come up with theory and it clicks, that's when you have that aha moment.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be like a lot of aha moments that will happen. Oh, give me 1 second, I need to put on my lights.
It's alright.
Like there's going to be like a lot of aha moments that a lot of people are going to have when they read through the story.
Mm.
Let's see. I still think that I kind of felt bad for the main character on in chapter 4 because because you could see like at the start of chapter 4, you could see like how like her her mental state was bad enough as it is, and you can also clearly see that her confidence or her self-esteem is not good as well, because
Yeah.
you can tell that her self-esteem is pretty low,
Yeah.
and just by reading chapter 4.
Yeah.
So the fact that what Angel did to the main character really did not help her at the slightest.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff I have to like go back and just go back and just look through, or I could just use what AO3,
Sure.
because I gotta go back and just go through them and just like see if there's anything that I have not noticed. So let's see. So chapter 4.
Even a narrator herself can't get the clues.
That tends to happen.
It does.
Okay,
Technical.
so let's
All
see.
right.
So yeah, okay. The in chapter 4, the first time Angel like brought the main character to a bar and ordered a drink for himself and the main character, he doesn't really notice the first time when the bartender glared at her,
Mm-hmm.
and then the second time he did notice.
Hmm.
But let's see. Is also yeah, and then there's the bit where I mentioned that he used her as bait at one point, and that was during chapter 4.
Hmm. Interesting.
And then it's also meant, and she also brought up the fact that that like she asked why did Angel kiss her, and I think it was just Angel saying that, but Angel specified that, well, kind of made it clear that they're not supposed to do it in public because, his image and whatnot.
Yeah, his reputation.
Yeah. So that kind of confused them. But then when he explained, him, but then when he explains to them why he did it,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of like made her feel pretty depressed. And
Hmm.
Angel couldn't say anything about it.
No. Okay.
I'm still trying to go back. Still trying to go back through it because let's see. All right, so yeah, so Angel had to like escort the main character discreetly, and
Yes.
the fact that he wanted the main character to follow him at least 2 feet behind him.
Yeah.
However, this was only in Act 2, but I'll like talk about that. Well, I'll talk about that because it's relevant. When she tried to do it to Alistair, he got upset
So you can actually like tell the differences about these two.
because certain habits that she did around Angel is not going to fly with Alistair.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, there's certain like things that she would do with Angel, as far as like the drugs, the sex,
alcohol and all the, the what she does and work.
Yeah. However, with Alistair, there's some certain things that he would allow, but as far as drugs, he's not gonna allow it.
Yeah.
So that's probably the big major factors with Alistair is that he does not want. He's gonna try to break her away from like using drugs and whatnot.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, throughout Act One is basically just the main character questioning, why did Alistair save me?
Mm.
It's just the entire. That's just the entire thing.
Yeah.
Because she's kind of confused, like, Why did Alistair save my life? But that's revealed in like Act Two.
Yeah. And of course, it's very, she in that at that type of in this time that time of the I can't speak at that time of the chapter she wouldn't understand at that time.
Yeah, she wouldn't understand until well, until it was
Yeah.
revealed to her.
Yeah.
But however, with Alistair, you can't really tell if he's being genuine or not. But
Hmm.
in chapter 8, you can tell he was being genuine about like him wanting the main character to be happy and whatnot.
And like you said, he's quite unpredictable at least.
Yeah, he's pretty unpredictable, it's very a lot of people is having a hard time trusting him.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, because I think I have that listed in the story analysis that he's unpredictable in with his mood and behavior and will snap unexpectedly if his patience runs out.
Yeah. And that can happen at any time, no matter what.
I think one of the well, yeah, because okay. Because you did mention at one point that you noticed the differences with Alistair between Act One and Act Two.
Hmm.
Like you said that Alistair was being like a gentleman towards the main character, but then once Act Two started and when he got what he wanted, that's when things went downhill.
Like he kind of like went back on his word, but not entirely enough.
Like what part of like him going back on his word are you referring to?
Um, like him, like he was all a gentleman and everything, before before he made the deal. Um, and then when he like got what he wanted, he started like slipping him. He said that he would protect her, but of course he harmed her. That's he harmed her more than once. One being an accident, one being on purpose. Um, of course he threatened her, obviously, and for him just kind of going overboard on some of the rules.
Yeah, you can tell that he's gonna do that very often in the story.
Yes.
Especially like he's very strict on his rules at times, but
Hmm.
sometimes he will let them slip. Other times he won't be as lenient
Hmm.
because one of the major factors to his character is that he's often seen like he can be seen as a hypocrite and or liar.
Yeah.
So not only does it make him look like a hypocrite, it also makes him a downright liar.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you can see from like there's gonna be like a lot of major differences between Act 1 and 2, like a major jump in his character.
Yeah.
I did not mean to click on that. But yeah, I think going back to like Act 1,
Mm-hmm.
Angel's Angel's like friendship with the main character, like it's pretty steady and it's pretty like and it's to a point where she already trusts him.
Yeah.
However, you can also tell by certain signs that I'm not sure what they call it, but like he's kind of like constantly making suggestions for her, and she's not really like thinking for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's not even making the suggestions at all. Like she's like, "Oh, hey, you want me to do this?" And he's like, "Sure."
Mm-hmm.
He's just kind of like she's just kind of going along with whatever he says.
Basically.
Yeah, so that's a lot of people. So that's like one of the few things a lot of people will not see right away is that most of the suggestions that Angel has made is not is not really on is not really hers. And
Mm.
this was also pointed out in chapter 9 that like between what she said in chapter 8 and chapter 9, she claims that she has changed, but not entirely.
Yeah.
It's that she only changed so that she wouldn't appear as weak in front of the other demons.
Makes sense.
However, she only like changed like how her like overall view on certain things in hell. However, that also led her to escapism.
Mm.
So you can see like why there's certain you can see why in one of the parts in the dark analysis with the story analysis that okay, that's for Alistair. What am I doing? Like his kind actions towards the main character tends to overshadow his possible enabling habits.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of signs that saying that he's enabling her. And not a lot of people will actually notice it right away either, which is why it's one of the major factors to to his character. Like one negative impact and it's completely overshadowed. Like they don't tend to like see the whole thing with Angel rather than they only see like the good things. However, with Alistair, it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Let's see. And let's see. What was another thing? Right. I think I remember like chapter 4 when Alistair wrote the main character the note.
Ah, yes.
I think that's when like she wasn't really questioning her trust with Angel because she already trusts him enough. So it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really cross her mind at all. However, I will give like a small spoiler um because this is in chapter 11. Chapter 11 in Act 2 is going to like during that chapter it's going like that's when she's going to start doubting her trust in Angel.
Hmm.
And what was another thing? Like now it's starting to cross her mind that maybe she needs to like start thinking about um
Things for herself.
sort of, but also being careful about who she trusts.
Because like right now she's like in between of Alistair and Angel, both of them trying to take care of her as much as she can, but with them trying to like use her for what they want and not what she wants. So basically she's in like in two toxic relationships already.
Okay, so like what you saying about like how they are using the main character. Like can you emphasize more on that?
Using as in like how Angel wanted to use her, like, I'll let you live in my place only if I can use you for something else. That's basically what I'm saying. And for Alistair, her being her servant, he can basically do kind of whatever he wants with her. Um, him using kind of torture, kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not controlling, manipulating her basically.
Yeah, that's kind of basically what he's trying to do.
Hmm.
Somewhat. But yeah, like going back to the cover art just for a brief moment. When his hand is it looks like with his hand where his hand is, it looks like he's
Hmm.
actually trying to strangle her,
Yeah.
but
Hold
she's kind of like pulling his hand down. She's trying to pull his hand down. So uh let me try to find that picture again because I don't know where it
on.
is. Okay, here it
I
is.
see it.
Because yeah, it because that is also a symbol of something else, and it's just from what you said. Like he's trying to manipulate her
Damn.
because he did say that he does want to help the main character. However, it's just pure speculation on my part, but what Alistair is doing is that he is trying to help the main character, but at the same time, he's trying to recondition her to the point where, um, to a point where she's completely submissive towards him.
Hmm.
But yeah, but yeah, that's what Alistair's trying, well, is possibly trying to do. Because remember, this is Alistair we're talking about.
Hmm. All right.
Yeah, because well, anyway, um, yeah. So what made you think that the main character's like stuck in like two toxic relationships?
I'm sorry.
Like, what made you think that like well, I think you already explained it, but like the toxic relationship thing.
Well, basically, it's basically gonna be the same answer I just explained, but the whole using her thing a little different. Both of them being really critical. Well, I wouldn't say insane, but kind of little bit of a loop, kind of a bit crazy since they're in hell, you have basically no control over them. But with Alistair being the all-powerful, being a radio demon, an all-powerful demon, and him and him being really being a murderer, that kind of sets something off. Well, to me at least. About him trying to kill MC. Angel, completely different. Just kind of like deep. Well, kind of like I can't find the word to say it, but kind of like I wouldn't say using, just trying to like help her, but not to ruin his reputation. Like he wants to help the MC, no less, but he just want to keep his reputation in order. Otherwise, just gone, and people will think him as a soft person, and not just him being a porn star and everything else. Because that's what's basically what he's doing right now. And with him trying to like keep his relationship with him and MC low key out in the public, kind of makes me think that he's gonna bring the MC down the more that he's in public with her. With Alistair, it's just him trying. It's just him not trying to like lose his composure over her because he kind of made him. He kind of snapped at her a little bit at her, but not like full blown snap. That kind of makes it like think, okay, this is not gonna turn out good with them too.
Holy shit, that was loud.
What?
I'm not sure if you heard that, but you can just hear the thunder just echoing through my room.
Oh, so that was a noise.
Yeah. I gotta pull up my window. Continue.
I'm already done.
1 second.
You're okay.
The blinds. But yeah. So what you summarized between Alistair and Angel. Angel wants to like does not like does care about the main character, but he doesn't want to but he wants to like keep his reputation in check. The more times he's with the main character in public,
Mm-hmm.
because they work in a nightclub now, so that means they have like he has to be more careful around them,
Yeah.
and he he only kind of like shows his more caring side towards the main character, like away from people.
Yeah.
And with Alistair, he's just basically trying to keep his like natural composure around the main character and not trying to snap too
Yeah.
much. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Although there's one thing that I think you kind of glossed over with Alistair is that
And
with Alistair, while he is while he is while he does not lose composure, there is going to be a time where he will like full blown snap at the main character.
yes.
But I think so far during chapter 8 he did snap at her at one point.
But it was not like a big snap. It was just like a minor.
Yeah. So you can tell that in the story that he will snap at times if like he's starting to like lose his patience.
Mm-hmm.
However, if he were to snap completely, then then she will probably be either dead or severely injured.
then either way, it's still gonna bring her into trouble.
Yeah. So let's see. Okay, so one thing, like if Alistair and Angel were to meet, because this is gonna happen in the next act, where it's gonna be in line with the pilot, where Alistair meets Angel. Like
Hmm.
how would you what do you think will happen if those two were to meet and they both knew about the main character?
Oh, I was not ready for this question. um. Okay, so either both very surprised and Angel probably would probably be surprised and ask about MC later on when they're alone probably, or just kind of snap at Alistair for if they were interacting, Angel would probably yell at him like, why are you talking to her, why'd you do this and this. Alistair, knowing him, he probably wouldn't give. He probably he'd probably be saying. He'd probably be surprised of what Angel like if him not knowing that the deal, but because MC would not try to say the deal to Angel because he'll be. But then again, I think those two would probably argue and probably try to fight, but I couldn't see that happening. But reality, it would be probably a big mess, a really big mess.
Yeah, and the fact that if Angel eventually learns about how who's kind of like inflicting injuries on her, and then turns out it was Alistair,
Hmm.
he will probably try to confront Alistair, and of course they will fight, but it's gonna end up like either like Angel trying to like kill Alistair or Alistair trying to kill Angel. Either way, the main character will have to step in and kind of explain, will have no choice but to explain the situation between herself and Alistair. Because I think that's
Oh,
when she's going to admit that she's going to admit that she that she works for Alistair.
oh boy.
And of course around Act 3, since it's in line with the pilot, since with the hotel and whatnot. I
Hmm.
think Charlie would know as well, but she wouldn't tell Vaggie about it. So when Vaggie finds out about it, she will get
Nope.
extremely upset,
Oh boy.
and that she will kind of probably avoid her for the most part,
Mm.
because at this point, anyone that is kind of involved with Alistair is automatically a bad person.
Oh,
At least that's what my at least that's my take on it.
not a bad take.
But
God damn it, motorcycles.
all right, this stream's gonna be pretty short, so I don't know what else to talk about, like as far as the story.
Yeah.
But I guess that means that well, I'm already working on chapter 11, so I guess I can talk about Act 2 a little bit.
Yeah. A little bit of active.
Yeah, so Act 2, which I'm currently working on, like focuses more on Alistair and the main character's relationship with each other. Well, more like building a relationship with each other.
Yeah.
So, would you think that do you think that the main character will eventually warm up to him despite his um like like what he's doing to her, or do you think that it'll still be constant, or do you think that it's just going to like she's going to progressively like trust Alistair even less?
Kind of depends what he does. As far as the story goes, it's kind of to me it depends. It depends on what he's doing and what he's trying to like warm up to her to make her trust him because he can manipulate her, which is pretty for him. It can be pretty easy. For her, it can be pretty hard to find out if he is manipulating. So I would probably say kinda she would warm up to him if he's doing it right. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. And also another thing during chapter 2, like I mean not chapter 2, act 2, when he would start kissing her. Wait, so I want to hear your thoughts about on that. Like, what do you think he's trying to do to the main character by doing that?
1 second. Hold on 1 second.
I just love how you coughed on that.
um. Okay. Okay. Kind of surprised me, and don't get me wrong, I kind of kind of scream at that point. But it kind of surprised me how a radio DJ would kiss a random person. Well, not random, I won't say. Would kiss someone randomly. That's just like out of its character. But it is your story, and I would get it. Like okay, it's it's her character and what she does. But oh my god, it was really confusing. Really, kind of, I was really shocked and like, Alistair, why? Out of nowhere. But then again, he's full of surprises and you can't really.
Yeah, he does this repeatedly throughout the act too.
Oh boy.
You've already well, actually, I don't think you've seen it in chapter. No, yeah, he does it again in chapter 10.
Yeah, yeah, I heard. I've heard. I've read your books, man.
But yeah, because what do you like? Even though it's okay, I know I gotta admit it was kind of random. But what do you think he's trying to do to her just by doing that?
Oh, luring her in. That's that's it. That's all my answer. Luring her in. I don't have an explanation. Trying to luring her in into his trust, probably. I've seen too many romantic movies. I'm sorry.
Well, that is true. But what Alistair is doing is that okay, he already has seen his her relationship with Angel, and that there is a thing called gaslighting.
Hmm.
What he's trying to do is that he's trying to kind of like he's trying to like get her to like warm up to him just so he could like control her through like certain means that will cause her to lower her guard.
Yes.
So he's trying to lower her guard.
Wow.
Like part of it is him just trying to lower her guard and the other half is just him kind of being curious.
Mm. I'm actually kind of excited now. For some reason.
Uh, and at the very end of act not at the very end of chapter 8, Like, what were you thinking? What were you thinking when like that scene with Angel and him just kind of witnessing those two kind of in the mix?
Yeah. You kind of glitched out on my end. I'm
Eh,
sorry.
on this fucking computer. Like, what did you think? Like, what were you thinking about when you read that part, near the end of chapter 8 with Angel?
Near the chapter of Angel, I'm kind of with chapter of Angel. Well, kind of, like a little bit like worried and confused that, of course, MC would not tell Angel about it, but sooner or later he's gonna find out by little hints, like how her behavior, how she talks, and everything. Probably he would try to get that, but him just being like, oh, okay, she'll be fine. But her MC just being kind of weird, like near her, like probably like I don't know, out of the ordinary, wouldn't do something. What he suggests, kind of gets him like the hint, like okay, what's going on? That's probably like what would happen. But right now, like in near chapter 8, he probably like wouldn't notice.
Near the end of chapter 8, like where he's kind of like observing like the main character and Alistair,
Hmm.
and he's kind of like feeling like he knows that it shouldn't bother him, but it does bother him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, at that point, he's going to start noticing little changes.
Hmm.
But at the same time, the main character will also see some changes with Angel that are completely out of the ordinary for him to do.
Hmm.
So at some point, he's going to do something, and it's going to like throw the main not only the main character off guard, but will also um get in like become a conflict with his reputation. He's going to do something that's going to conflict his reputation.
Okay.
And let's see. I had to go back and see. Oh boy. So let's discuss chapter 10. Not chapter 10. Chapter 9.
Oh.
I did not mean to go to edit. I meant to actually click on the damn thing and read through it. But yeah,
Yay.
your favorite chapter, chapter 9.
Can we just get through this already?
All right. So okay. So near the start of chapter 9, like what were you, like what were you like what are your thoughts about like what was going on
Like near
there?
the beginning?
Yeah, near the beginning.
Kind of, um, well, what kind of shocked near the beginning when Alistair, of course, kind of kissed her, of course. And then when he just kind of, well, how can I explain this? Whew. Um, it's something that kind of didn't make sense to me, of course, that and her to her. But just the, just like me thinking, okay, what's gonna happen? I know he kissed that main character, but I need to know what's gonna happen in the next. What's gonna happen next? Like, okay, that's out of the ordinary, kind of random, and that's just him like changing his attitude when once the main character said her answer. But during the beginning, I was kind of really, really afraid of, kind of scared and excited.
Alright, and although I still like that one scene where he just came out of nowhere and he just made breakfast for her.
He's like, "Hi, what the hell did you came from?"
I could have just said you left the front door open.
The front door.
But yeah, you can clearly see that during chapter 9 he's being a bit demanding, which is another factor to his character.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes sense because of course because they agreed, like they gotta agree to this.
Yes.
But at the same time, she's starting to kind of like regret it. But I love the fact that he's like, "Oh, you have to like come visit me at my house," and she's like, "I don't even know where you live."
Like, you didn't give me an address. So.
But okay, there's certain rules that he has made for the main character. Some made sense, some didn't.
Mm-hmm.
For example, one of them that made sense was him letting Alistair know where he's going so that he can act as an escort.
Yeah. Yeah.
The main character is not allowed to wander too far away from him, and
Mm-hmm.
being mindful with how she speaks to him. And there's others where they're kind of like kind of lucrative, like speak when you're spoken to, answer when asked a direct question, and eat what's offered to you, and dress the outfit that Alistair picked out for them.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, this one is going to give Alistair too much like authority. They both agreed on having Alistair like Alistair being able to have access to his house as long as he stays out of their room.
Yeah.
So you can tell right off the bat that he's not always gonna go by his own rules.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
one of them being like if the main character does not visit his house, then he'll have to visit them.
Yeah.
You can see that it's going like because of that action, like that agreement itself, he's going to actually abuse the hell out of it when he wants to.
Oh,
So, huh?
I'll be waiting for that to happen in one of your.
like like you can tell that's already a red flag that he's not going to like that's already a red flag stating that he's not going to like follow his own rules.
He's not. I know it. He's not.
And like okay, so the next section in chapter 9 is that like okay, he says that he does not like seeing the main character like upset or sad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he does shit that makes them like upset and sad.
He basically like clawed her in a thigh and made her fucking sad.
So he is kind of being a hypocrite, but I guess when you think about it, he just does not want to see them sad in general. Oh wait, never mind. Never mind. oh crap, nothing works. Anything I could come up with just kind of like contradicts itself. Of course, I guess what I could say is that I guess he doesn't want other demons making her feel sad
Okay, that makes more sense.
because
These are prep-
that's why he killed those killed her assailants
Okay.
because he didn't like how they were constantly making her feel like upset and unhappy.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense that he doesn't want other demons making her feel sad and unhappy. Of course, with him it's just a different case because he does it through discipline.
Yep, he does it through that and nothing else. Or he just does it just purposely.
Um,
That's,
a real like a small little fact is that he only he only like kind of like um he only kind of like purposely scare her if he's trying when only when he's trying to make a point or if he feels that she that the main character broke one of the rules because so far in the story he hasn't like you think that she hasn't really done anything but actuality if you think back to the beginning of chapter 9 and what he did to her chapter 8 and then well during chapter 8 and then what he's doing during chapter 9 you can see why he kind of lashed out at her a little
mm-hmm.
but yeah he only does it if he wants to like he only like kind of snaps at her if he's trying to like make a point or if he feels that she broke a rule or does something that does something that he does not like.
Okay.
One of them being that Angel, that she kind of like was in sexual contact with Angel,
Oh.
and he didn't like that, so that's why he did it. But yeah, like during the start, during like chapter 9, he was trying to be nice. Well, actually, he is being nice. It kind of bugs me that it kind of makes me sad that it was supposed to be like a lighthearted chapter and then went downhill. I'm like, good job. I'm just saying to myself, good job. I can't even make one lighthearted chapter without making it turn dark.
You make this and this is what the people want. We must give the people. To me, it's just a good good chapter, no matter what.
Yeah, so okay, so he made the dress for the main character.
Mm-hmm.
And note that he did it by hand.
Be painful.
Huh?
That must be painful.
With him, he's already used to it because he does it pretty fast, as it was stated in the in chapter 9.
Okay.
And of course in one of the dialogues, he kind of like ushers the main character into the room, and he didn't even give him the option to say yes or no. So that was another. So that's why one of the things listed in the story analysis that he's very demanding or constantly demanding. And yeah. So that's what he's doing. Like he's just being constantly demanding and just be like just do this and do that, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But what I also did there's one scene where it just kind of like made you kind of made a lot of people uncomfortable or aroused, either way, is that he like I love it. Like I love the fact that one of the lines that I said, it was kind of like a copy and paste from like one of the lines from Ashley's live streams. It was kind of like a copy and paste, but I just reworded it in a way where it just kind of um looks a little better, but still sexual at the same time.
Oh my god.
Come over here, darling, and let me have a good look at you.
Shut
Of course, he that portion of the freaking chapter looked so sexual. I'm like, why?
He's gonna ask you so fine.
I love how you cut out as you were saying that.
I cut out.
Yeah,
I was also saying, you just asking us, you just telling yourself, why did I write this?
that's literally almost any story I write.
Now with me, I'm just like thinking, okay, what's gonna happen with the character?
But yeah, I do like how like okay, he was like he started to act a little bit more creepy towards the main character. Like he was he was basically kind of like groping her a little
Yeah.
while she had the dress on.
Mm-hmm. Makes you kind of loopy.
Like I'm not sure if you noticed it, but did you notice also like did you also kind of notice something while he was doing that? Like what were you thinking?
Wait, what?
Like what were you thinking when you read that portion of the story of the chapter?
Oh, now you say it. Kind of. God damn. I have no words, to be honest. I actually don't have any. Ah, crap. I'm just kind of, a little shocked.
Like how he was kind of like filling them up while they were wearing his
Mhm.
dress and just kind of and the part where he kind of like inhaled her scent.
Oh my god. Kind of got me goosebumps now.
And of course, I think you already explained this multiple times to me, but like what caught your attention when he like scratched her thigh? We're talking about this, so you might as well just like explain it in full detail.
I knew I was gonna fucking fangirl when we were gonna talk about this chapter. Why am I agreeing this? Okay. I have several questions. Why the thigh? Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Why
That's
the
the most random thing I can think of.
No, I'm asking you this now. Why the thigh?
This is out of random. I don't know. Did you think that something else was gonna happen if not that one?
Oh, I thought he was probably gonna do more, like probably like scratch her waist or something.
Well, not her waist, but like something else. Like how his claws were like
Okay.
on his
Next question.
We're not going. We're not. I'm not dropping this, so you might as well just answer this now.
Damn you, man. Oh man, this is like one of the questions I don't want to answer.
Like, what were you like? Did you honestly think something else was gonna happen? Like, aside from him just kind of scratching her up? Cause
Yes, but in front of like probably like 20 people who's gonna watch this later, I'm probably gonna say it's probably gonna do probably kind of probably arouse her or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. I got okay. You got your answer. You happy?
and the one thing that he remarked about is that is this one sentence. The one thing I dislike about it is the smell of spider on your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was referencing back to chapter 8.
Hmm.
And,
Wait a minute.
oh my god, it's so like I have a feeling in Act 2 is just gonna have like a lot of like like non-consensual undertones. Because
Oh god.
especially from how Alistair treats the main character.
Even though he looks like a gentleman, guys, he ain't one. Steer
And
clear.
let's see. I think one of them when he tried to strangle the main character.
Oh god. Well, that was like. No, hold on.
Like, did you think that he was actually trying to kill them, or was he trying to do it to make a point?
Probably to make a point because I know like just you can't kill the main character right now because we got more things going on. But I actually didn't. I actually thought he was gonna kill her, but then I remembered. Hey, you can't. You say you're gonna protect her. You're gonna go back on your word. So I'm thinking like, yeah, you're not gonna. He's probably gonna make a point, just try to scare her or something. So yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so at the very end, like near the end, where he was just kind of being more, he was kind of being more gentle around them.
Hmm.
Like did it catch you off guard when he suddenly changed from like how he acted, how he was trying to like kind of like scare the main character into, and then just switching back to like his more caring self?
It kind of got me off guard, like how he just like switched from one type of mood to another. Like, how is he like not noticing how scared that them and how scared she is? But him, he's just like, okay, I made a point. That's it. I'm done. I go back to my normal self, and that's it. That's what basically got me like, what the hell, dude? Like, you're not gonna like say you're sorry or something. But you all know means he doesn't. But it's just how like how quick it happened so quickly, and you can't really like say anything about it.
Yeah, and let's see. And of course when the main character asks Alistair to treat her leg, he kind of
Hmm.
brushes it off.
Like it's like she's like, hey, it's not a big deal. It'll heal over time. But I'm thinking like why he didn't want because he's trying to refrain himself to regain more. That's
You kind of cut off over there for a second.
when I said why he didn't want to treat it is that he's trying to refrain himself for gaining more blood.
Hmm. But
That's
this
what
is
I'm basically thinking.
okay. I still love how people said that the chapter reflects off of his actual character in the canon.
Hmm.
Like at least that's what one person told me. They said that they like how Alistair can switch moods on a dime, and it's very on par with the actual Alistair in the show.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ouch.
did you think he um did you think that it was also kind of accurate, more or less?
Some cases, yes. On his mood and how, like, he's still keeping his smile, of course. Still, like, how he's supposed to be, like, he's supposed to be like a gentleman type and try to be more kind of Victorian type of style. So basically, yeah, he's kind of accurate to the canon.
All right. One second. I need to use the bathroom before it goes on the next topic with chapter 10.
Go ahead. I'm gonna get more soda. Okay, I'm back.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, back to.
Ouch, my side. But okay. So chapter 10. What were you thinking about? Like, what do you think what was happening? Like, as you were reading like the one portion with Alistair during chapter 10.
Hold on 1 second. I'm just 1 second, 1 second. Come on, hurry up. Okay. Well, thoughts on like the one portion, like kind of like
Go.
really confused at the and very very like curious of what's about to happen, of course. But then again, him doing something like that kind of would probably scar the MC for a time. And probably wouldn't, and MC wouldn't probably trust Alistair for some time, probably just for that, or just probably try to like do what he.
Yeah, because you can clearly see that like he's just kind of like sitting. Oh, was it like I don't even know because I actually when I wrote this I imagined him like sitting across from the main character as he watched the main character sleep.
That's fucking creepy.
But but you can clearly tell that he's trying that because of the main character's blood, it's probably gonna throw his he's gonna start like causing him to lose his composure around them.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. I think the one portion when it says after what took saying that he wasn't sure if he would be willing to keep he won't be as willing to keep them alive. What do you think what that one line if I can talk right? What do you think it meant? What that part meant? Oh, what he's planning to do, or what he's going to do?
He'll probably like kill her, but slowly, slowly at a time. But him just trying to, be nice and everything, but like probably once in a while he'll probably try to get more taste of the blood in different ways. And like finally he'll just lose it and just try to kill her.
Okay, so okay, when he said okay, the last line before the section with Alistair has ended. What do you mean? What do you think he meant saying saying that the main character is special compared to how he said it in chapter 8 um and how he said it in chapter 10?
Yes.
Because he said that the main character was special in like he's helping the main character because he says that they're special. But now in chapter 10, he's saying that they really are special.
He probably thinks like she's like, after all me and all the other demons he met, he's probably thinking like, he's like, oh, okay, this is like probably the one that probably that will probably like try to follow it or something. Either that or him just saying that out of his mind. Like he's just saying that in a trance or something. I have no idea. I'm like, to be honest, I actually didn't know what he meant. But I'm thinking like he's just saying that in a trance of him.
You cut off for a second.
I'm just like saying that he's probably in a trance just because he just got some of the blood, and he's just saying that like out of his mouth, probably.
All right. So this chapter is also going to set a very major difference between like how between Alistair and Angel and how they kind of like how they are as far as their status and reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one's a very major difference because although I know the answer, but do you want to like explain like do you want to give a quick summary quick explanation on how they're different in terms of their reputation?
Of course. Um, with Angel, he just want to keep his reputation, you know, still out and not just let it be. Oh, he's a person that he cares. He cares about his reputation than anyone else. Like he's selfish in that way. With Alistair, it's more kind of different. Um, since he's out in the open, he's probably with one of the most powerful other demons, powerful than him, of course. He probably wouldn't care less what other demons think of him because he can just kill him right away if he wanted to. But he would probably do anything just to see the main character happy. Angel, no, probably like only like with less people or no people.
Yeah, that's pretty dead accurate. Alistair, he really doesn't he doesn't really care about his reputation because well he obviously doesn't care because the only thing that he cares about is just like his agreement with the main character.
Mm-hmm.
However, with Angel, he will only like he cares a lot about his reputation and whatnot and his image, and he doesn't want to like be seen as something else that may like impact his reputation in a negative way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like a pretty big difference. Like as far as like how Alistair and Angel would react as far as their reputation goes.
Hmm. Hmm.
But however, uh remember when I said that because they're so used to being around the main character is so used to being around Angel that they kind of start like they kind of put their they kind of like tend to put reputation first
Mm-hmm.
ahead of themselves.
Yeah.
You can tell that she's also doing it with Alistair. Like she doesn't want to make him look bad.
All too damn bad. Bye.
And that while she is still kind of worried about his reputation, she's kind of like, well, I don't want to. She's kind of like being like, oh, I don't want to embarrass you or anything because, well, you're a very powerful demon, and I don't want to make you look bad. So how about we just kind of like, how about you just kind of like let me like walk behind you so that way it won't make you look bad. And he's like, well, I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as I see you're in my line of sight, then
For
that
sure.
wouldn't matter to me.
Yeah.
And of course, he's also mentioning about how he's asking like, why are you so embarrassed? And then he's just kind of like telling them about like um telling like how they're more worried about what other people think than herself.
Hmm.
And that actually is another point with Alistair is that he knows about like the main character's mentality.
Yeah.
So and that and he will kind of like tell her about these certain things and bring them up to their attention. Angel probably would not notice it at all.
Mm-mm.
And of course Alistair is just saying that stating that the main character is too focused on what other people think.
Yeah.
And of course, this one is okay. The next line that he says is very, very relevant. Even and it also applies to like people in general.
All right.
He said, okay, so the line of dialogue, him saying, the more you think about what they think of you, the more self-conscious you feel, and the higher your anxiety level will get. The best way to shed that feeling of shame is to ignore it. Do you think that Alistair was right about that when he said that to the main character?
I'm sorry. I actually was thinking what he was saying, and I'm like, I actually heard half of what he was saying. I'm like, what?
Okay, let me reread it again. The more you think about what they think of you, the more self-conscious you feel, and the higher your anxiety level will get. The best way to shed that feeling of shame is to ignore it. So by him saying that, do you think that he was he was right about it towards the main character?
Well, to anyone, yeah. To be honest, you just if people like try to say things about you or how what they think, just ignore it. Like it's your personality, your body, your mind. Like You can do anything, like, you can do anything as long as you, like, have the confidence to do it. But with her, she has low self-esteem, probably. Like, probably still has it, I think. Or she's just really scared to, like, ruin, like, his reputation. But nonetheless, he's right about it.
Yeah, and there's another thing where he also states that where he says that okay, no, actually there's another one for it. Like when he's talking about like all the things that is that the main character's feeling: pain, sense of dread, hopelessness, fear, and of course she brushes it off like, no, I like she kind of ignores it right away because she didn't want to like talk to him about it. But he also pointed out that he was right about what he said, because what she's doing right now is just further proving his point,
Hmm.
which is by her keeping a distance from him despite him saving her life.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone's favorite part in the entire chapter, the musical scene. Like, what do you think was going on like during that portion?
To be honest, I actually never heard. When I first read it, I actually never heard of that song. So when I like looked that song up and I heard, I'm like, oh, okay, now I kind of get it. It's kind of like it's like the same with the setting of the song and singing it. It kind of like it kind of makes you think like, okay, what, like all the things what he's doing is kind of relating to the.
What'd you
And
say? You kind of cut out.
hold on. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay. What he was saying in the musical, like not in the musical, fuck. What he was saying, like singing about it, it kind of makes you like think about what he was singing. Is kind of like relating what he he basically does. Not basically what he does all the time, but him just him just like staying fat. At least that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but man, so did it surprise you at the most when that
You
was
kind of cut off.
so did that surprise you at the most when that started happening?
Yes.
All right, so the song is like it's actually like the reason I chose this song for this particular chapter is because of it relates a lot to like the main character's current relationship with Alistair.
Hmm.
And the song actually hits pretty hard too when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like I think the part where he was singing, like when he says, just trust in me, my dear, no cure is coming near. What do you think he meant by that?
Hmm. It's like every like it's like nothing's gonna help her when like whenever she tries to find something to help her, it's not gonna help. But when Alistair's there, it's some. That's basically what I'm thinking. But it's just him just saying facts of what she did because he stalked her for like 2 years. He knows them see practically personally, and he knows that whatever she tried to do to him, it is not gonna work. No matter what. But with him, it does work. Probably, it probably will work, and it probably will help her. That's probably what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So do you think that with like the fact that Alistair is just saying just trust in me, um what do you like is there like do you think there's any like meaning behind it to what he says?
Just trust in me. Um, Probably just to like trust him more than Angel. Probably that's what I'm trying.
All right. So okay. So the portion after he sings that chorus, like what are so how like what was your reaction when you read the portion where the main character just immediately just started to run away from Alistair, which was something she was not supposed to do.
I knew she was gonna get. She was fucked. I knew she was gonna. In my head, I start playing the meme "Run Forest Run," but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, you're gonna get yourself killed, honey. You're done.
Yeah, because she did it without even thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But but he knew he was going after like she knew that he was gonna go after her. But
He let
it's
it slide. I think.
he kind of he did let it slide, but at the same time you can tell that he was kind of like taunting her.
Mm-hmm. And one of the spoilers you sent, I don't think. Just saying.
Yeah. Okay, so the next part where the main character starts singing a portion of the song. What do you
Now again.
think what do you think that meant when she was saying that? Because remember, parts of the song is symbolizing something that happened in the story.
She wants. Okay. Oh my god. Um. Um. She wants to like get out of where she's at. I think like what she's in the situation right now. She's trying to get away from him from singing. You know, it's probably gonna get to her or something.
No, I
You
mean
know it.
like no, I mean like the portion where she started singing when she said, "How long you'll call me insincere? I'm not here to fulfill your parody."
Oh,
And
I was
then
on the wrong call.
another part where and another part when she sung the second verse, she says, "How come my song becomes unreal? You never understand my melodies."
Hmm. Probably because what she's gone through is
Hold
probably
on, I'll post it.
I have no idea, man. I'm like literally I to be honest, I read through this so many times. Yeah, that's the one I'm in right now. I read this so many times and yeah, I get it. I'm like me. That's something I really don't get.
Like you read it so many times and you still don't get it.
Mm-mm. You know how many times I read this?
I don't even want to know.
Wanna know?
No,
You
you
wanna know?
no. You read it so many fucking times that I don't that I'm pretty sure you read it more than freaking anyone else.
I read it like 82 times.
God damn it.
Hey, about to be 83.
Oh my god. But anyway, yeah, like there's actually a meaning behind what she was saying. Like she's saying that Alistair is calling her insincere. And she also says that I'm not here to fulfill your parody. What she's saying is that Alistair is, it seems that to her, like, to the main character, it kind of seems that Alistair is constantly belittling her
Mm-hmm.
in terms of how like he like for instance, like when she says that, oh, I know how to fight, but he says, well, well, you, well, I haven't really seen you do much lately since I came around.
True.
So it was, she's calling Alistair out for belittling her, and the fact that and she also states that and she also saying that I'm not here to fulfill your parody, meaning that she's kind of there just to like provide the extra she's just there to like provide the entertainment for
Mm-hmm.
him.
Yeah.
And the next portion when she's saying, how come my song becomes unreal? You'll never understand my melodies. What she's saying is that
He doesn't know what she's gone through.
yeah.
Oh God.
And of course the one part where Alistair finds her again. But when she tries to run away, he grabs her and then starts dancing with her. Kind of like if you've seen like the portion with if you've seen the portion with Daria um Corhin with the first video of the vampire series where
Oh
the
yeah.
Duke starts dancing with Missy. It was kind of like that
Oh.
portion.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's kind of like that portion. But instead of him, but instead of like um where Missy tries to flirt with the Duke just to like get away from him, he
Mm-hmm.
Alistair lets the main characters back away from him.
Hmm.
And I think this one is actually pretty heavy. She's saying that she's saying in this part, cause you make me feel like I'm so alone. I know it's not real, but it's not, but it's in my soul. And I just can't try to face the dark inside my head. Originally, the line said, I just can, but I changed it to can't because it will make more sense.
Hmm.
Because it's saying that, because that portion's saying that she can't really do this alone.
Yeah, because she needs help nonetheless. If she's alone, then not good.
Yeah, so what do you, so when you, so how, like, based on your interpretation, just from your interpretation, what do you think was she meant by that?
It's like she can't just try to. She can't face. Well,
Not just that part, just the whole like section where she said, "Cause you make me feel like I'm so alone."
well, well, just him, like, kind of mocking her. I guess I'm saying this right now. Um, kind of like him enforcing all things that's going around her and everything else, and enforcing these rules is kind of making her like, okay, I'm not allowed to do that, but what am I supposed to do instead? And she wants to know it's not real. She wants to, but of course she can't face it with him because he'll say no, of course, but she just can't face she just can't face the truth. I That's basically what I'm.
Yeah, and then what he said after that, he said that running away shouldn't be a solution to everything.
Mhm.
And the more she tried to run away from it, the more it becomes unavoidable. And then there's another part when he said, "You need me." Now, what do you think? No, what were you thinking when he said that part?
Well, when I was like, reading this, he knows he knows he's right because MC is she can't live on her own because what she's going through and what she went through back then in chapter 1. But he's right, and MC does not want to agree with him because that'll just make him satisfied.
Yeah, like when he said, "You need me," do you think that he's right about that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Absolutely.
okay. And then at the very last bit with the song, he says, "Don't trust in me, my dear. What cure is coming near?" So what he was saying, he was going back. He was actually now he's going back of what he said previously.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? So what do you think happened when he said that?
Oh my, that's okay. Oh God. Oh, I have no words, really. What cures? Like, like I know what I'm gonna say. I just can't explain it. Oh God. Um, like he's gonna say. I think he's trying to say is like, you belong to me, and oh God, I can't fucking say this. God, got me tongue twisted. Like, what good is gonna help you if you don't trust me?
Yep, that kind of sums it up.
Okay, thank God. I can't because I need to switch this thing up because I can't say it like right now.
And of course, I I I also do like the part where remember when I was telling you about like what he was doing in chapter 8 and he does it again in
Uh huh.
chapter 9
Mhm.
where he kissed the main character once again.
Yep.
But this time she was really confused. And the last line and I think another line that he said, I'm not letting you run away this time. You're mine." So what do you think he meant by that?
Oh. Yeah. This is. Yeah, he's gonna be more serious about the. He's gonna be.
What
He's
you
gonna
say?
be. He's gonna be like more serious about what she's gonna do now. Like, not letting her run away this time. Basically, he's gonna be with her all the time, but he's gonna be more serious about the.
I'm not gonna lie, I was actually kind of getting flustered when I wrote that line. But when he said "you're mine," he's just saying that you belong to me. So that was him just um, kind of like stating that, kind of reminding her that he owns her.
Mm-hmm.
But there was another thing that also happened while during that portion where they were making out with each other. Well, kind of
Oh, let's
saying
talk about
little by
that.
little, like she's starting to like feel a lot more relaxed, and another familiar feeling kind of starts to like kind of like spread through her system, and it also says that it only happens when she's with Angel. So, you have any theories of what that could be?
Okay, I think he's getting to. Yeah, he's basically like. Uh, yeah. Excuse me for one moment. Hold on.
And there she goes. I wonder if the stream heard that.
Why?
I think I broke her.
What was your question again?
Okay, it also something also happened during that time where her body started to relax and felt another feeling like coming into her system, and that only happens when she was with Angel. Do you have a theory? Do you have a theory of what that could be?
Him, like, MC being, like, safe. Probably. Like, she feels safe. Like, when she was with Angel, because she knew she was safe with. I think she's getting to that point where she's safe with Alistair now. Because of what he was. Because of. Oh, God. Because of what he's doing right now. He's just trying to make her feel good. And apparently, this was happening.
Yeah, you could be right about that. Like he is trying to make her feel good, but at the same time, like I said, he's trying to lower her guard.
And that's like one step right now.
Like that's also gonna play a major role with Alistair, especially when he's going to try to completely win over the main character.
Oh boy, cannot wait.
And I think another portion when he just went over to the area uh with between her neck and collarbone. What do you think he was trying to do initially?
Oh fuck, hell no. I'm gonna have a talk with you later, Nicole, after the stream.
You read this so many times. How do you not notice this stuff?
Because I'm a fast reader, I'm like, okay, I got this. I read this. I'm gonna read it again. Got it. Got it. It's a good story. Got it. Okay, I'm done.
Oh my god. It's a good thing I did this live discussion now.
Oh.
So, yeah, because remember the thing with the blood?
Oh, okay, yeah, I know.
Yeah, because, well, while the main character is not really aware of what he's trying to do, he has an idea of what he's doing, but he stopped himself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. It's,
Keep going.
sorry, it's just that, I
I'm
love the
going,
fact
man.
that you just that did not click to you right away.
Keep talking. We can get this over with. Keep talking, man.
Alright, so, anyway, what are your
Get,
thoughts about it?
get through this now.
Like, did you think that he was actually gonna at least, like, try to, like, make her feel good, or in that way? Or was
Um,
he legit trying to, like, do something else?
Probably trying to both manipulate and seduce her. But in all honesty, they're in public. So,
Yeah, he can't.
and
There's certain things he can't do in public, especially when people watching. It just with Alistair, he doesn't like doing certain things out in public. He'd rather do things behind closed doors. Which,
yeah.
guess what? That's going to come into play in the next chapter.
Shut up! Fucking. Yeah, we're gonna have a talk. We're so gonna have a talk.
Oh my
Oh,
god. It's actually kind of funny because
you like being this. You like what you. This is what you like about writing stories. You get someone's reaction out.
all right, so so overall thoughts about the story so far.
Overall, the details about it, well, they're good. Obviously, all the details are so perfect. They're like really good in every single way, and how it's like it's not like out of character. It's like close to the canon, but and had a title to like a dark paradise and how you described it. It's kind of it's out of it's out of it's like thinking outside the box and just creating something that's like really good. France Nation. Yeah, we do have some misspelled words here and there. Yeah, we got some veggies. Yeah, we got that.
I love how
But
I love how you're just kind of commenting on the fact that I made so many typos and
we
throughout the
got
story and have not read back to like look.
we got some veggies here. How did you not notice the typo?
I didn't know because I was writing on my freaking phone.
I just like see it. I'm like, how'd you write baggy veggie? Or how Wiley say it, vajay.
God damn it.
But all in all, it's not like any kind of like book I've read. It has detail really good. It's not edgy. Even though I like edgy stories, it's like one of them has edgiest. Um backgrounds. I'll say this right now, there has
You kind
been
of cut out.
yeah, I cut out. I noticed that. There has been a little bit of things where I got confused, but thanks to Nicole for bringing this discussion, now I can understand what's going on next time I read it again. Um, MC, yeah, we got the MC character. I would, if it was like a canon character, then I understand. But being like an out of line character, since we don't know what she does personally, like her backstory and everything. But she kind of made some bad choices, made some good choices. Bottom line, most of them are bad. But we got some good scenes, we got some good stories and everything. Do want to mention about this. All of them is good, but I do have some quick little tweaks on how like it's all a little too gory, which I like gore. I do like gore. You might want to like try to express that, like probably gore warning, like in the titles.
Yeah,
That's all.
that's the one thing I kept having problems with. It's just the time of day and how to describe it.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I have, and probably like in chapter 5 we have smut here. Just want to clear that out. But that's the only things I have. The only tweaks.
Yeah,
But
so the gore part, um do you mind clarifying to me like how
how they're what?
like how is it too gory? Because there's not very much portion. There's not very much
What
portion in the story that has gore aside from chapter 6.
when was that? That was like yeah, that was chapter 6. That was one time it was gory. Sorry if I wasn't that specific. But yeah. Um but yeah, actually to be honest, I do recommend people reading this. But fair warning, there's explicit content, of course. Um, some dark parts, some really good fangirl moments. We all know that, and really, this is a really awesome book, and I would actually like to read the next chapter, which is gonna be like 9 pages long.
It's probably gonna be even longer than that.
Oh boy.
But what are your predictions on chapter 11?
Whew, what the spoilers you gave me. Whew. There's gonna be something. There's gonna be something.
You can go ahead and explain it. I'm not gonna be mad if it's containing spoilers.
Um, Probably with Alistair, he's probably gonna. Well, you already said it in the spoiler thing. Of course, for anyone's gonna watch this, if you don't want like hear spoilers,
Yeah,
then
if anyone watching this live stream, which I highly doubt anyone's watching, go
one
ahead and
person.
mute the video, or I can just like mute it, or I could well nah that would kind of kind of go off, but just go ahead and mute the video, and I'll probably I'll probably like kind of like flash it open.
Put the time on. Go to this time zone right now if you don't
Or
want.
I'll just put on AFK and when I take it off and switch it back, then that's when we're done kind of like talking about the spoiler.
Uh, like for people who don't want to like hear the spoilers, just this time zone. Here.
Yep.
Just go to this time zone if you don't want to hear the spoilers, and you'll just hear not the spoilers. Okay. Okay. So with with the chat with the spoilers I got, well, it's kind of like a little bit of spoilers. Alistair with him, probably MC already probably broke a rule, and he's obviously gonna punish her either in public or just right here and right now. That's the thing I'm worried about, and something is gonna. Thing kind of, you know what I mean, kind of stuff. Um, it really kind of just we're gonna as well. Obviously, Nicole explained that there's gonna be a lot. It's gonna focus more on Alistair, less than Angel, of course. So basically, we're probably gonna get to know more about Alistair and what he's gonna do in chapter 11. Really excited, of course. When it comes out, probably I don't know, probably just scream and the original, the original. But yeah, I'm really excited for Nicole and hopefully this will get to a really good future for the story.
Yes, and I will have to say that well, not that the chapter I'm writing right now, but the next chapter after chapter 11, I actually do have some ideas for chapter 12. And it's going to have something to do with the main character's blood and how it's going to start
Ooh.
affecting Alistair.
Ooh. How many chapters are you actually gonna plan to make?
Well, depending on how long, well, I know that it's going to be a pretty long story because between the pilot and the episodes that they're going to Hazbin Hotel is going to have, and how long my story is going to be, it's going to be pretty freaking long. I think if not if the story doesn't end before the series ends, we're probably looking at 100 chapters.
Holy shit. That's a big number.
However, if I do decide to end end the story at a certain point where I think um is going to feel like it's going to be complete, it's going to be everything's set, and I don't have the needs to add more than I already have, then I'm thinking at least around it's still gonna be pretty high, but I'm thinking it's gonna be at least 70 chapters. But
Hmm.
if the series doesn't end before the story ends, we're looking at 100 chapters maximum.
Yeah.
Probably higher, depending on how much lore there is into Hazbin Hotel itself.
And how many people are excited for the story?
Yes, because right now the story it is growing very popular because the story itself has both Alistair and Angel in the same story, but they also contain shipping material between the
Yep.
two. So you can either be like, oh, I ship Angel with the reader, but the other portion would be like, oh, I ship Alistair with the reader. So there's actually no right or wrong way, but depending on the outcome of the story, um, it could be that either the main character will end up with Angel or that the main character will end up with Alistair, but in happier terms. So
You know.
depending on the situation, of course, because I know that for a fact that this is mainly going to focus on Alistair rather than Angel. I love how you just start laughing after that 3 seconds of silence.
I'm looking at your fucking Wattpad account and I see lemon zest guilty pleasure.
What?
I'm sorry.
Wait, where did you see that at?
Your fucking Wattpad account.
Wait, can you link that to me real quick?
Yes. Let me screenshot that to you.
Wait, on my Wattpad?
On your Wattpad account.
Ah. I completely forgot about that.
Holy shit. There you go.
I thought it was just like how my story was. Oh, I need to do something about that. Oh my god, the writer count just. Oh god, I see my other story. I'm not even gonna try to fucking. Oh god.
169 views, guys. We got it.
It's not very popular on Wattpad right now, but it's slowly becoming popular.
It's slowly coming up.
Yeah, because unlike AO3, which has been on there longer, Wattpad is just kind of still lagging behind.
Yep.
So I may have to actually start updating the chapters like 1 week apart from each other.
It's basically like Patreon.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah. So to summarize, yeah, this is gonna be. Why did I switch it out? Because we're still talking about spoilers. But yeah, with I already have ideas for chapter 12, but the next chapter, like after the chapter I post, it's going to relate more. It's going to like go into a bit more detail about the main character's blood and how it's going to start affecting Alistair.
It's
And
gonna be good.
And also, there's going to be a new character that's introduced in the story. And believe it or not,
Ooh.
it's not a canon character. This is actually a OC that I've came up with myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, and I will give a small hint. Actually, it's not even a small hint, but she's actually a witch doctor. She is this character in that's going to appear in chapter 12 is a witch doctor, and she's literally the only character that is able to like treat Alistair, because everyone else in hell is too afraid to actually like be near him.
We'll be waiting.
But yeah, that's a handful of spoilers for right now, and yeah, so this is going to be the end of this live discussion stream.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we didn't get as much followers as I wanted, but it wasn't really talking much. It was just kind of us talking, and then Ash had to leave.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that we had more people so that we get like more intake on like everyone's opinions as far as the chapters and the story so far. And yeah, I think your only nitpick about the story, like in general, is the fact that it's a bit gory.
Mhm.
And
Which I don't have. I don't really mind it as well.
although it's kind of interesting because my story, because even though that it's considered a dark story, it doesn't have that much gore in it whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, that one part with Alistair in chapter
Uh.
6,
Da, 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 da.
like even that was a bit intense for me.
Then why'd you write it?
I had to. Honestly, I had to. I just decided to be like, fuck it. And that actually did traumatize the main character a little bit. But oh my god.
Also.
But I am not promising anything, but there will probably be more instances where there will be gore. Just
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
I said there may be more gore in future chapters.
I know. I said yes.
And I will have to like start working on like how I write my stories a little bit because
And don't
there's
forget to remember to reread your work and make sure there's no typos. I'll be watching.
that I can't promise because I even if I do reread it, there are going to be times where I will like look over it and just not see it because sometimes autocorrect well at least spell check will like only check the ones where they're spelled properly. Like I spelled the name character name probably, but they think it's not proper otherwise, so I just tend to ignore it. So that's probably why.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Watching.
also did not register that freaking like the double word thing. So I'm just like
Oh,
so I'm just like God damn it. Why does Google Docs not remind me of this? That was really embarrassing. But
the
I,
work of a writer. We're both writers and artists.
I do more, but I still fuck up.
Man, to be honest, it's the same thing for me. For my Cuphead fucking books. I still gotta finish them.
Yeah, so this is the end of the live stream for the live discussion.
Yes.
So, I did say I may try to do another live stream after dark Sunday, but that may change because it can either be tomorrow or Sunday.
It'll be tomorrow.
Hopefully, Renee won't be streaming ridiculously late that day because like I said, I don't want to stream while Renee's streaming because that causes a lot of issues.
Yeah.
So, join us next time where we actually make things a lot crazier. And if I can, I'll bring Wiley into the mix so he can start giving out a little surprise for the viewers out there.
Uh-huh. And probably not torture.
Can't make any promises.
What the fuck, man?
And of course, the next live stream after dark is going to be even raunchier than the last. Surprising, right?
Uh,
So thank you all for coming, and be sure to look out for the next live stream after dark. And if you want to get in contact with me whatsoever, my Twitter is in the description box below. Feel free to tag me in anything that relates to the streams so far. You can also go ahead and look up Clara's on Twitter as well.
did you even put mine in the fucking description?
No,
I fucking knew it.
I'm not doing it in the middle of the stream. Well, I can't.
I was literally turning my head to put it in the script.
And
I'm like,
but I will have to start listing like everyone's Twitters if they want if I have permission to do it because sometimes they probably do not want people like certain people following them.
you're allowed to. Yeah, full permission.
Okay. So thank you guys so much for coming and as always be sure to be on the lookout for the next live stream. It could be either Friday or it could be either Sunday. Whoever
No promises.
all right. See you guys later.
Bye.
Oh my god.